Back in Appalachian, Alabama. Coach, you guys have been playing some really good football. Got another shutout victory. That's 2 shutout victories in a row. I believe a combined score of 56-0 and 49-0 last couple of weeks, and this time it was against Ider. But if you don't mind, Coach, take us back to last week and what the game looked like.
Like I said, we went out and we knew we wanted to try to score quick because Ider, that type of offense they run, they can control the clock, keep the ball out of your hands, and they, we was able to get, a few scores pretty quick early, and then they were able to get some stuff sustained and took advantage of a dive play that gave us some trouble and held the ball for a while. Our guys just came in ready. Early on we took control up front. We got 5 senior offensive linemen. Then our senior tailback, and like I said, we were able to, take control up front pretty quick and held on, and defense played well.
Coach, your offense, your defense, seems like special team, everything's clicking right now. And then the most impressive thing on my end, just looking at the scores, is when these guys from JV get in, they're performing too, because they're holding the shutouts, they're increasing these scores. Talk about that, even the young guys, and not only that, they're getting meaningful reps.
It is. We got 12 seniors this year, and so getting these guys some meaningful reps is going to mean a lot to us in the future. We're losing 2 wideouts, our entire line, our tailback on offense, and being able to get these guys in and get some meaningful reps is really beneficial to us. And like you said, and they're getting in and they're playing well. They're holding the shutouts. They're moving the ball. They've scored. Our twos have scored in every game we've played when we've been able to put them in.
That goes a long way, especially when you're creating depth and you may need some of these guys down the stretch here. Coach, who do you have with you today?
I have a sophomore, Bentley Gunner. He plays wide out defensive back for us, and I have senior Eric Wolf. He plays right guard. He was a defensive guy, defensive lineman only for a while. And then after our right guard blew his ACL a couple of weeks ago against Locust Fork, Eric's had to step up and play a lot more than he was planning on playing early on.
Coach, are you jealous of his beard?
Hey, I'm telling you, he's been here. This is Eric's third year. He came in from Pennsylvania, and that joker walked in looking like that.
Really? He had the beard in. Let's pass them to Mike, Coach, and I got a few questions for him. First question for you, man. You guys have been playing elite, kind of like I asked Coach. What do you think it is that's got you guys playing at such a high level?
I think it's the fact that we want to go 10-0 this year, and we want to make it to the state championship, and we want to do something that's never been done before here in Appalachian. And that just motivates us to, no matter who we're going against, we're going to do our all-out best until we get pulled out of the game, and then our seconds are going to go in there. They're going to whoop some tail too.
I like it. Same question.
I'll say the chemistry and motivation we have as a team. Up front, I'd say we probably have the most chemistry out of any other position on the team. We all communicate on and off the field. And the motivation, we're so motivated to go 10-0 and go really deep in the playoffs. It's probably the most motivation I've seen this team have in a couple of years.
You guys, right back with you right here, you guys are sitting there about at the halfway point, and you've done some things that hadn't been done, like you beat Locust Fork first time in like 3 decades, and you're sitting here halfway through the season undefeated. Talk to me a little bit about, we've done all this so far, but we're not even halfway to our goals yet. We still got a lot in front of us.
I would say take it 1 week at a time. Worry about getting that 1-0. We got to beat up Section. Section's got a pretty good team. They got a couple of athletes on their team they got to watch out for. Pretty big up front, and after Section, you got week by week, take it.
Absolutely. Same question. Y'all done a lot of good things so far, but you're still not halfway done with your goals. How do you stay focused?
I think we just keep pushing to do it with our goal. Keep pushing for our goal and look at it week by week and prepare for whoever that opponent is for that week.
What have y'all learned from Coach about life? Whether you two guys answer this, just about life in general, things that you're going to take away. You may not realize them now, but things you're going to take away from his coaching and teaching here that you're going to use in your day-to-day lives moving forward.
I think what I've learned from him the most is there's going to be some people that are going to be some buttheads to you, but you still got to listen to them because that's your boss, that's your coach, and He's taught me a lot about respect and being right in school and just being an all right person in general.
And you got to low-key call Coach a butthead. That's pretty cool. Now, same question for you. Just some of the teachings, some of the things you're going to carry to your day-to-day life you've learned from Coach.
Respect is probably the most I've got out of it. Learn to respect others, even if you don't really necessarily like them. Just respect them at the end of the day.
Oh, what part of Pennsylvania are you from?
Say, near Philly.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I've been there several times. I enjoy that area. What have you learned about Southern living since you've been here? It's a little different.
It gets hot. It's a lot hotter
Yes.
and humid than I've ever experienced in my life than living up north.
Yeah, it's a total different summer here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it gets hot there, but it's not.
Oh, yeah, it gets hot there, but not as, humid and hot down here.
I remember roasting at a Phillies game one day. It was hot. There wasn't no wind blowing or nothing. I'm going to ask you two guys another question, and we'll kick it back to Coach. This last half, like he said, you want to go 10-0. You play 10 games for a chance to play an 11th. You play that 11th for a chance to play a 12th. So down the stretch right here, what are you two guys going to do to help make these dreams a reality for this football team?
Starts off at Monday morning, watch film, learn from our mistakes, and then later that day at practice, just get better, work on what we need to improve on, and then when it comes to game time, try and dominate up front and do it the best we can.
Gotcha.
Like he said, Monday is our work day. We go in, we run formations and see what we're going to be going against on their offense and their defense. And it's our scout team. I mean, I'm not on offense, so I'm on scout team D. We got to give our offense a look. We got to do our best, make them better. We got to give them a better look than they're going to see on Friday, so they can do better on Friday.
Nice. All right, you can pass it back to Coach. Coach, what is it about this team that's kind of separated itself from your past teams? Each team has an identity, but these guys have achieved some things already, and we're not even halfway through the season yet.
Well, a lot of the seniors on this team, where they've been through the adversity. My first year, we were 1-9. Had some good players on the team. We had a lot of culture changes. Me and Coach Beard together when I thought about applying for this job. I went to him and said, hey, if this happens, are you with me? And he said yes. And me and him sat down and looked at some of the things that we really felt needed to change internally. And we did that. We went 1-9 the first year. Then we made the playoffs the second year. And our third year together, we started out 4-1, only lost to Locust Fork when they still had Dino. Then we had 5 injuries to starters that went out in the next 2 games, and we ended up 4-6. And then last year we were 9-3, and it's building forward. And so some of these guys that are on this team, they saw the good years and they saw the bad years, and they had to go through the rebuilding. They had to go through that culture change that we didn't give them a choice on, and we're really big about mentoring down. You got to bring the young guys with you, because we talk about when we leave, we want to leave it better than we found it, and we tell the guys, you got to leave it better than you found it. So teach that young guy, bring him along, help him. It's easy to pick on the young ones, but it's a lot harder to teach them to fill your shoes, and that's what we push for. Is you as a player, work on the guy that's going to be filling your shoes and make him better. Make yourself proud to come back in 1 to 2 years and say, hey man, that guy right there, I helped him. I helped coach him up when I was still playing, and
That's
just
awesome.
And just be proud of what it is, because one day, like Coach Beard said yesterday at the end of practice, and one of these days you're going to come back here, and right now you won't think about it, but when you start coming back to a game, you're going to realize how much pride you have in where you're from.
It makes sense. I've never heard no coach put it that way. That actually makes a lot of sense. Even your individual position, making that guy who's behind you better. I love that. Actually, never heard it put that way. Next question, Coach. I got a couple more, and I'll get you out of here because I know y'all are busy. Kind of like I asked the guys. I mean, yeah, y'all really done some things, but you still got everything to play in front of you, and you don't want to get ahead of yourselves. But having the guys dialed in, having them, this week right here is the most important week because it's this week. How do you do that as a coach with a group of guys who's let's be honest, has had some success already this year?
Like the guys said, we really push we want to go 1-0 each week, and we tell them, hey, you got to prepare like Super Bowl champions is coming. You got to treat each week like it's the the beginning and the end of your season. We tell the seniors, hey, this is your last run, and so we really try to keep them focused in. And I'll be honest with you, it's not hard to get some of these guys motivated when they see the schedule coming, because anybody that's in the area that listens to what you got, they know the history of the Valley Heads, the Spring Gardens. Coach Poole's doing great things right now at Woodville, and those, and our guys see that and know that the teams that year in year out are as strong as what those guys are. Just like that, our Locust Fork week. We didn't have to put a whole lot of effort into the rah-rah stuff that week. These guys was like they were wanting. It'd been 35 years since we'd beat them. It's been left a bad taste in your mouth, and being able to beat a team like Locust Fork here in the county for us here at Appalachian is a big thing. And the same thing for us with the Spring Gardens and Valley Head, and even Raglan coming in. Raglan's is historically, us and Raglan have been in the regions together for years. So when you start looking at those teams coming in and out, and what they're doing right now, plus historically what they've done, you don't have to do a lot of the cheerleading from the coach's box to get them up and get them ready to play.
No doubt. It makes your job a little easier in that aspect.
Absolutely.
Final thoughts, Coach, before we shut it down.
Like I said, last week, went up to Ider. Ider, going against Ider and seeing the offense they run helped us a lot, because we're going to see that more in our region. And just going forward, like we tell the guys, right now you control your own destiny. I mean, 5-0 can turn into 10-0 or 5-5, and we tell them you're not even locked into a playoff spot yet. So, we got to stay grounded, stay down to earth, treat it like everything. We got to go 1-0 each week, and like some of them alluded to, we try to keep it out of their heads, even though you can tell it don't. There's not much in Bentley's head, but the few things that it is we do have a 10-0 goal, and that's what we tell them. So that every team in the state of Alabama has a 10-0 goal on week one, and you have that 10-0 goal till you get beat the first time. So that's what we tell them. If we can achieve our 1-0 every week for the first 10 weeks, then we can achieve our longer goal, and that's what we really try to stress at. We try to avoid the, hey guys, we're undefeated, hey guys, we're doing this, but we push back to let's go 1-0 every week.
Bentley's got that Ralph Macchio Karate Kid haircut, but I'm digging it, man. I like it. What do you think, Coach? He don't even know who Ralph Macchio is.
He doesn't have a clue.
He might. Cobra Kai. Yeah, when he was younger. Karate Kid.
We're just proud when Bentley goes to the right class each day.
That's awesome.
He spells his name right.
Hey, we're in good shape then, ain't we, Coach?
That's it.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys sitting in with us, and hey, look, keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? And soon as I can get free, I'm going to come out here and shoot you guys some pictures. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And, Coach, appreciate you having us in as always. And, man, y'all doing some really good stuff here, and a lot of people around the state's noticing it.
Hey, we appreciate it, man.
The number one compliment to you guys and Coach is I've talked to a few coaches that played y'all, and every one of them says, man, them dudes is physical. They are physical. And a lot of ice baths after they play against y'all. So that's I don't think it can be a bigger compliment is there, Coach.
No, for a coach, if your team plays physical, it means coaches did the right thing.
That's right. Players and coaches have said that to me. They're like, man, they pretty physical. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks.